Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Forex with a free Aussie analysis for you on Friday the 29th of April. I'm starting this count on a monthly chart as far back as this data allows me to go. And the first thing I notice about this on the Aussie is this piece of movement and this look like they're most likely impulsive wave structures, and this look like they're corrective. I have a bit of a problem once I get into this piece of movement. It's very obviously trending up. This piece of movement at first glance looks most like a three-wave structure. We'd want to see it as an A, B, C, possibly with a triangle in there. This piece of movement on the daily chart from the high to the low on this monthly bar is a very, very clear impulse. We may have had a little truncated C wave here. This piece of upwards movement so far looks most like an impulse as well. So I expect this piece of movement here on the monthly chart is somewhat ambiguous, and I'm seeing it here as a 5. And this piece, this very sharp drop here, I'm seeing this as a truncated C for a zigzag for a cycle degree wave B. Within cycle degree wave A here, primary 3s, 210 pips longer than 2.618, the length of primary 1. Considering this third wave is over 2,700 pips, that's not too far off. And this fifth wave here is 298 pips longer than equality with the third, so that's a little bit off, but reasonably close, tending to equality. Within cycle degree wave C here, primary 3 is just 37 pips longer than 2.618, the length of wave 1. Considering this primary third wave here is over 3,100 pips, that's a remarkably close Fibonacci ratio between 3 and 1. If wave 5 reaches equality with wave 3, it will take price up to 1.1224. And if cycle degree wave C reaches equality with cycle degree wave A, that will take price up to 1.1042, which is not that far away now. We can use Elliott's channeling technique to draw a large trend channel around this upwards trending zigzag, and we can see a nice overshoot of the upper edge of the channel now, which is extremely common for C waves, may indicate an upcoming end. Taking you now to a weekly chart where the low for cycle B down here is this point down here. From the high labelled cycle A on the monthly chart to this point down here, it's a perfect 5-wave impulse. I expect that may have been wave A. Here we have a small b and a small truncated C wave within cycle B. Otherwise, we have a 5-wave impulse trending down with 3-wave structures trending up, which doesn't really make any sense. I don't know the quirks of this particular currency pair because I very rarely look at it. I'm used to analysing the pound every day and the euro, and I know the pound does truncations all over the place. I suspect maybe the Aussie does a few truncations as well. So that's an assumption that I've had to make here, where my wave count kind of hinges on that. Either way, the trend is definitely up. We can draw a nice double wide channel. This is not Elliott's technique, but it's fitting this upwards movement quite nicely. Price may end around about the upper edge of this channel, and importantly, when we eventually see movement below it, that's when we'll have a pretty good indication that a cycle degree wave C, or however we choose to label it, this whole upwards wave would be over, and the next move to the downside would be underway. Within primary wave 3, there's no ratio between 5, 3 and 1 black, giving me a little bit of cause for concern, and perhaps this labelling here may be incorrect. Within primary wave 5 here, black 3 has no ratio to black 1, so it's more likely then that we will see some type of ratio between black 5 and 3 or 1. It's past equality with 1, obviously. It will reach equality with 3 at 1.1404. Taking you now to the daily chart where the high for 3 black and the low for 4 black down here. Here's the high for 3 and here's the low for 4. Within wave 5 black we have a 1, flat for 2 and 3 and 4, and working on the 5th wave now according to this wave count. Wave 3 blue has no ratio to wave 1, so it's increasingly likely then that wave 5 will exhibit a ratio to either 3 or 1. At 1.1106 it will reach equality with 1, and at 1.1275 it will reach equality with 3. Within blue wave 5 here, wave 3 pink is 24 pips longer than 1.618 the length of wave 1, and at 1.1213 wave 5 pink will reach 1.618 of wave 3 pink. So that's the lower end of my second target. So I have two targets here calculated at all wave degrees from minute right up to cycle degree. The first target zone, if price gets up here and turns down sharply, that may be where it ends. If, however, price gets up into this first target zone and keeps going, then we can use the second target zone. At 1.1042, cycle wave C will reach equality with A, and at 1.1106, blue wave 5 starting down here will reach equality with blue wave 1. The second target zone at 1.1213, pink wave 5 beginning here will reach 1.618 the length of pink wave 3. At 1.1275, blue wave 5 will reach equality with blue 3, and in the middle of this second target zone as well, at 1.1224, primary wave 5 beginning off to the left of the chart will reach equality with primary wave 3. So the second target zone also has another point within there. There's a cluster in this second target. So somewhere around this point, and it looks like this upward structure is nearing completion. I guess it could be over there, but I don't think so. I would expect it to go up a little bit further, at least into this first target zone. So for what it's worth, there it is, your Aussie analysis. I'll try and update this every few weeks or so.